Survive is not in this video because of the copyright claim that Bandai does to all their games, which is kind of crappy, as do Capcom, so none of their content to be in this video. Sorry about that. Enjoy the decent videos here. People will let you screen and advertise their excellent games.
PlayStation.
Of course, in just small pieces. And for those who played the beta, this takes place right before the beta. So for those who played it there, if you can remember, you have to search for Riki, a guy who had something to do with some Neuhof stables, and that's where we are right now. These are the Neuhof stables, and that's where Riki was involved in. So what's happened here is that there was a bandit raid somehow, and they killed all the people and all the horses. Oh, most of them, not all of them. And your liege lord wants you to investigate with those soldiers what happened here. So, and the moment you arrive there, we release you in the open world, and then it's up to you to find out. So either you can you can do the long way. You can talk to everyone in this place. And there was Jacob, for example, the one with the red carpet or shirt thing.
You can talk to the dog there.
Yeah, doggy is not nice. And he will give you useful information, but only if you pass the skill check with him, and you have to persuade him. Then there's another guy who's called Mark. Hi, Mark. And he you have to intimidate him to use the intimidation to get the useful information. And everyone has some different information for you, and they will all lead you to a different way. This guy here, for example, Ginger, if we ask him, he's like really evading, says, "No, I don't know nothing. Don't leave me alone. Leave me alone." So
yeah, suspicious.
If you come across him, you might think, okay, he's a little fishy, right? But again, we don't tell you talk to him and talk to them and talk to him. You need to find out yourself. And the best of all is you can completely skip the crap if you don't like it and just go alone around the stables and try to find clues. So there will be broken fences, there are bloodstains and you can completely alone without doing any talking try to find the bandits. I will already tell you that there are bandits hiding. So some people who survived, and you can find this alone.
You described it to me as like using Witcher senses, but
yes,
without your Witcher
exactly.
senses.
Using your Witcher senses without the Witcher senses.
So you actually have to follow an actual trail of blood.
Yes, and as I said, everyone tells you something different. So Mark here, for example, he knows or he saw where they fled to. He will tell us that they fled to the north. But only if we pass the skill check here. It's the intimidation, the impress and the intimidation. And what we saw on the bottom left and bottom right was like the skill check. On one hand, you see what skills you have. On the other hand, you see what skills he has. And it's like easy. If you have a higher number than him, then you win. However, we just saw question marks because we never talked to him before and we don't know what stats he has. So either we will try it, or we try to talk to other people and find out who he is. However, in Kingdom Come, you will always have only one chance. So if you mess up in one of those dialogue options, let's say you tell someone, tell me your information or I will beat you up, and it says fail, then all of a sudden he will get up and he will try to fight you because you, well, try to use your intimidation, but he said, screw you, I'm going to kill you now. So again, you have to think about immersive. What type of player am I? What should I use? That's our beautiful map.
I love this map.
You see the aerial markers only, so we don't tell you go there and push A to do something, or X, or whatever.
Here's the broken fence that I've found.
Oh yes, that's a broken fence. If you inspect it, he will say, "See, this wasn't done by animals." So if you come across this without and this is like I think my personal favorite of the game, or the beauty of Kingdom Come, that you have those quests, and it's really an RPG where you have to find your way. And if you for example fail all the skill checks with all the people there, and really no one wants to talk to you, then, and it looks like you failed the quest or you cannot finish the quest, there will be, at least for the main quests, and this is one of the main quests, at least for the main quests, we want to make sure that there's always some workaround, and just take a little bit more time, find the bloodstains here, and then try to inspect them and say, oh, most likely they went deeper in the forest, and so on and so on.
So if you wanted to, if you were lucky, you could not talk to anyone at all, and just walk from that farm into the forest and find the bandits without talking to anyone.
Yes. And then, again, we are a little bit crazy about Kingdom Come. Then it branches out again. Right now, I don't know if you can hear it, we can already hear voices. So there are bandits hiding behind these bushes. One of them is heavily injured, the other one is talking to him. So, and now there are again a lot of 4 or 5 different options of what you can do. First option is going inside, do Holly method, and just kill the bandit.
Holly method. This is
the Holly method. Right, this is our combat. So you see this star in the middle. I told you it's a little bit slower, our combat, because it's more strategy oriented or tactics oriented. So the red indicator shows us where we are aiming at, so we can have like directional attacking.
Oh, nice.
And the green shield, which you see in the middle sometimes now, is the indicator for a perfect block. If you are able to execute to push the block button in this moment, the time will a little bit slow down, and then you can do some combo to throw him on the ground or something like this.
I remember when I first fought someone in Kingdom Come, I approached it like I was playing Skyrim, just went into swinging my sword, and I did not last long at all.
Well, our sword is not magically swinging through the body of your opponent, so it will really bounce off if you, with a sword, for example, they don't have a plate armor, so that's a good thing. That's why using a sword makes sense. But if they would be in full plate armor, it would barely harm him. But they had no face protection. They had just some helmet and no face protection. So if you would be able to attack the head, even if they're in full plate armor, you might kill them immediately. And he has, well, this guy has a pretty funny dialogue. I don't know if you saw it. He's saying something like, no one can match me with iron in their hands, but some stupid peasant killed me with a dagger covered in horse shit. So he got infected and died. But he has a hoof pick in his pocket. And the quest continues. So who's this hoof pick from? But I told you about outbranching, right? So now we have another situation. So this was Holy method, going in and killing him.
So this is the same thing we just saw, but a different method of doing it.
Exactly. That's another method right now. This will take a little longer. However, that's a peaceful approach. We heard them, and we are going to sneak closer. So we are, if you would play this, this is not, we cannot hear it right now, but they are really chatting and talking. And they are talking, you will see this. You can turn off these dialogue things in the menu, so don't worry. But they are talking about, the guy who's injured says, I'm injured, you cannot leave me here. And the other guy says, no, I will carry you back. And they're saying, no, I will not make it, please kill me, but do it quick. And he said, no, you are my friend. So they have some kind of like really long talking there. And they are talking about, we will go to the camp, and then we will take care of that gingerbread from the farm. So
they're talking about ginger.
And then you hear, okay, ginger. And now you could already go back if you want to. But if we take a closer look, I hope we can see this. He will, the one who's so injured, he will persuade his friend that he will kill him. So he will, in a second, he will kill him with a dagger, and then the other dude will walk off.
Right.
So you can find the hoof pick anyway, because the dead body will be there on the ground.
So you don't actually have to engage in combat at all in this bit.
That's the point. If you want.
Holly also mentioned that you could go all the way back to the farm, report these guys to your commander,
we will see
entire legion can come.
I recorded everything for you,
right,
so this will be there as well.
Sorry, I have to spoil it.
No, that's totally okay. So yeah, so this will be more the peaceful approach, and he will. Is he doing it already? He will do it in a second. He will pull out his dagger from his. No, it's a long dialogue, of course, but that it's on purpose so long the dialogue, because so you would have time. Oh, he done it right now. Did he? Yes, I think so. Yes. So he killed him, now he will wander off, and so on. The other guy will be dead on the ground, and now the other dude will walk off.
And it's interesting to get a bit of story, because, you know, usually they'll just be evil bandits. you kind of maybe sympathize with them a little bit even then.
Exactly.
Talking about their friendship and how you
and that's very, very important. We want to have useful, or not useful, like meaningful quests and dialogues. And so it's not really just clicking and I just want to skip this dialogue as soon as possible, but we want to make it funny with a lot of information, but like intriguing and like really storytelling. What happened right now, we unfortunately didn't see it. This was the dialogue that happened when you come too late to the farm, when you wander off with your horse, and he was saying like you're sticking around like a bad smell, and do something useful and so on. However, this is the situation when you found the broken gate and heard from the guys from Mark who's saying there in the north. If you did this, I think. If you report before you go to the north, actually, and report to your captain. He will not believe you. He will say something like, do you really believe those peasants? They say, yeah, well, they are frightened, but they are not stupid. And then he will send Ruda with you. And Ruda doesn't want to, but but he says, no. So Ruda has to go with you. And now it's a tag team. So you're two guys, and together you are going in the forest, which is useful if your fighting skills are low, if you think you're not good enough in fighting, and so on and so on. So you can of course take Ruda. Ruda says he is also barking stuff, so he says something like, are you sure they're here? If not, the old man will punish us both. So we try to make it immersive. So if you go there, Ruda will be attacking with you, and that's the same situation.
Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game.
To the critics of this mission, I say it's not sufficient you voice your concerns of danger or ethics. If you are against progress in this moment, you must acknowledge that our very understandings of biology, chemistry, physics, even religion are thrown into question, and you stand in our way.
I've been looking for you for a long time. The world has changed. It's been ripped apart by an unknown force. And now herd creatures rule what's left of it.
PlayStation.
Bet everything you've got on a coffee guy and an artificial intelligence. What a plan! Damn Mondays. This is the end!
Don't panic! You trust me, don't you?
That's what will save us all!
So Crossing Souls, this is, it appears to be taking inspiration from the 80s kids movies that I grew up watching, Goonies, Gremlins, even the more recent Stranger Things. Is this correct?
Exactly. But we were before Stranger Things.
Of course.
I have to say that.
Sure.
But yes, we wanted to make a game about the 80s because we really think that there is no game actually about the real 80s. You know, everybody take the 80s as a fashion or visually, but we want to take that vibe from the movies when you used to think that everything was possible. You could be a hero in your town, you know. Yeah. So we wanted to make that, yeah, when we started Crossing Souls.
So what are we seeing here? This is the very beginning of the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the game, because what we want to share to the people is a story. It's an history, you know. It's all about the kids, all about the friendship. So we were seeing is the very start of the game.
Yeah. And who are we playing as here?
Okay, this is Chris. This is the main character, and this is like the leader of the gang, you know.
Yeah, so I think you've got like. Is it like 5 kids?
Yeah.
Exactly.
5 main characters?
Yeah.
They're all friends?
They are friends. What we want to tell, what we want to achieve, is more a story about friendship, about growing up, like the Goonies, Stand By Me, that, you know, that kind of story. But you control 5 characters, okay? They are a gang of guys. They are totally different one from the other in personalities, when combat, their abilities are different. So you need to switch between them to go through the levels, to solve the puzzles, and to fight the enemies. So that's what we want. We want you to feel as a player that you are controlling a gang, but they are different, but they need each other.
I see.
Kind of, you know?
So we just got a baseball bat. Is that an important item for? Yes,
this is the first weapon. Every character have a different way to combat and a special ability.
Okay.
So when you are playing through the adventure, you are going to be figure which one you have to use, and even combine between them to just figure puzzles and combat. Because as Diego said, it's very important that you understand that they need each other. They have to help each other, because it's very important the friendship between them.
Exactly.
So this is, what kind of game is this? This is an action-adventure game?
Yeah, mostly. It's an action-adventure game, but we also add some kind of platforming, because you're platforming, because you need to live an adventure, you know? You need to, you know, we think that there is no adventure without jumping and climbing and that type of, you know, kind of things. So, for example, Chris is the only guy who is able to jump or climb, you know. But the nerdy guy, Matt, he invented a jetpack, so he can fly.
Okay.
So
very
you know,
handy,
that kind of that kind of things.
So I know it's early days in the game here. We've just woken up. We're in our house, meeting mom and dad, getting our baseball bat. But like, what's the overall premise of the game? If you're
gonna f around with an immortal redneck.
I tried to be really calm with the sounds.
I love the image of this little character just sprinting through the forest, howling at this deer.
Yeah, so now it's interested, and then of course we can sort of connect to it and harmonize with it.
Now we're friends.
Now you're friends, yeah.
I love
make
the
friends in
art
real
style.
life.
Thank you, yeah.
Your amazing singing voice. You're in karaoke.
There's a lot of really nice, dark, black depths of shadows in there.
Yeah,
makes everything pop.
Right, exactly. We tried to find a. I mean, obviously we're a small team, but a small team can still do something really beautiful if you pick a style that really fits you and works with you. And also, I mean, it's nice to have something that's kind of simplified for the eye, I think, you know. So this little deer is following us around now. As you can see, it's very interested in you, and this is kind of cool about it. This deer can actually sing to these flowers, these draft flowers, and then help you move forward into. So it's not only you who has this singing sort of language. It's also the different animals have different songs they can sing with to the nature.
Do you ever get to a point where you're like kind of harmonizing with various animals, and that changes the way that the songs sound? Or?
Yeah, I might want to show you part of that actually.
Oh yeah.
You can see here.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. There's a owl flying around up there at the top, and if you try to sing with this one right now, it might not be interesting. You can try to see.
Oh, he flew
away.
out.
Anyway.
He had his own plans.
Yeah, the owl might not be interested in you right now because you don't know its language. But later on, we will learn to speak to this owl and have a specific. I'll show that a little bit later in the game. The other thing that's kind of cool about the world is that we sort of built it in a Metroidvania style. That if you look up at the waterfall there, Alexandra, you see there's more of these draft flowers there, but I can't actually get up there right now. I have to figure out a way to get up there, and I don't know that right now, so I have to return there later. But even if I get up there, I might not be able to actually talk to these flowers because I don't know the language for the flowers, and I can't bring it there with me. So you can always sort of return to the world and reuse it, and that's obviously the whole Metroidvania part of the game.
I'm going to try to take this little weird thing here.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, yeah, you're right. We'll show that now. Yeah, there's all these little secrets. So if you have harmonized with this deer, you can also ride around with it.
Oh, wow.
Which makes you, you know, it's kind of like a secret thing you'll find out. We don't tell people directly because if they find out by themselves, it becomes their discovery.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah, it becomes much more interesting.
And it's nothing you need to do to finish the game, but you can explore
you
it.
You can do it. It helps you go quicker through the level. I think if you sing at the same time, it'll run faster.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Even I didn't know that.
That's funny. I feel like this is the kind of game that's going to have a lot of these little surprises and discoveries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now Alexander picked up a shard, and this shard sort of powers the elder tree of the forest, which means that you can run down there in this hub thing and power yourself up. So you can find these different shards that are hidden all around the world, and they will power the elder tree, and if you power it enough, it will give you new abilities. So I think we're going to learn climbing here, which is a crucial part of the game.
Wow. It's got such a soothing soundtrack. I can imagine like all this music being playing in your office while you guys are like.
You want to go to sleep?
Can't play this music too much during workout.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a great video game soundtrack, though.
I think you're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
I'm interested for sure.
So here, so now you actually learn how to climb trees, which is really, really useful in the game. So every time you see a tree like this, you can actually climb it, and it's very quickly. You just jump into it and just keep pressing the button, and it climbs up to the top. So this now means that I can actually climb any kind of tree, get anywhere, and it opens up the whole world once more.
Now I'm seeing some of these other little rocks around here that have other icons that are not lit up yet.
Yeah.
So those are other abilities that you have to go out and find and then come back to this portal basically?
Exactly, yeah. And this one is actually not necessary to finish the sort of the game. This is some extra ones you can add to the game to be able to open up more of the secrets areas in the world. Because the whole world is really connected in one giant map, and you can always return or go around as you want. We don't force anybody to do it. We want them to actually discover their own way and the way they want it. Like you can go around and play around with the little lizards and try to sing with them if you want to, but you can also, you know, go straight through and try to follow the story itself. But it's up to you, basically.
How many hours of gameplay are we looking at?
If you just run right through it, it's probably like, 5-6 hours, something like that. But if you go out and pick up all the shards, talk to all the different animals, learn all the different things there is to learn, then Yeah, here's she's connecting to these little lizards. They're super cute.
Yeah,
actually.
they're cutest in
Aww.
Yeah, I was going to say you made the Metroidvania comparison. Is this the kind of game where you're going to have a completion percentage at the end of the game, or are you going to have different things that happen if you beat the game in a certain number of hours, or is it kind of a more singular experience?
It's more singular experience, I would say, but and I don't want to dwell too much into it because there's a couple of secrets at the end, you know. but yeah, and it's very open like that. You can play it in a couple of different ways. There.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're gonna. So I'm actually we're gonna skip forward now.
Okay.
To a much harder part. So good luck.
Oh, I'm getting nervous.
If anybody on this stage can do this, it's probably.
That's okay. If you mess up, they just know it's live.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So this is a lot further into the game, and like I said before, we're jumping forward now, but it's usually a fluid experience where you just walk through the world and you arrive at this giant deer. And the antagonists now, called the Silent Ones, we haven't seen much of them here in this demo, but they have captured this giant deer. And one thing you've learned now is, of course, tree climbing, but we have also learned how to sort of glide like this.
Oh, cool.
And the combination of those two are super nice. You know, climbing a tree and then gliding from one tree to another. You feel like a little tiny squirrel jumping around.
Yeah.
You know? Super nice. We have also learned now a new language, which is the bird language.
Oh.
So Faye can actually imitate a little bird. It's really cute. And this one opens up these flower pods that has these kind of like a bomb in it. Bomb
Classic
seeds.
flower.
Bomb seeds. So we're gonna try to open up this construction here.
I feel like you could press the share button at any point
I
and get a new desktop wallpaper.
Oh, not gonna fall down.
I love the aspect too. The Silent Ones, which I know the enemies. They're the ones that are like capturing all these like beautiful creatures that are singing, and they're like these meanies that they have no voice.
Yeah, if we have time, we might be able to show a little bit of that at the bottom down there.
But yeah, they're lurking around down there. Yeah.
So as I told you before, you can climb any kind of tree, and if you look at the giant deer, you see
he's got trees.
There's trees. So and it's way too far away. So
don't imagine, drive.
Own living room, or with your friends online, or with everyone online, or in any combination of up to 6 players in party mode or arena mode. Can you handle the chaos? Get Marooners now on Steam.
PlayStation.
I am stuck in a war between my dreams and my reality. The demons in my sleep are no different from the demons in real life. I've been given a power I didn't ask for, and my only chance is to find out why. Some will try to help me. Many will get in my way, but I will find the truth, one way or another.
teacher at school who kind of looks like...
You clearly have a way with the ladies, kid.
So this is Secret of Mana.
A classic JRPG.
Shall we tell them the truth?
I mean, I've never played this game before.
Me and
never
Rob
played this game before.
Have not played
Aware of
Secret of Mana.
the massive history behind it, and when we heard it was coming to PS4, it was, you know, we both got incredibly excited. So now this is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah, so basically, I practiced this before the show opened up on Wednesday, a little practice, and I said, I know, I'll practice, and Rob will play, because he will be so excited, because he's a big Secret of Mana fan. And Rob's like, I've never played it. So, all right, I'll play it then.
Assumed.
We're going to say Randy?
Let's just go with Randy. Or you could call yourself Holly, I guess.
No one
You've
does
done
that.
It now.
No, so a friend of mine is currently playing Final Fantasy X, and she renamed Waka to Barry.
Guys! Wait up! Whoa!
His voice acting.
Shh. Be quiet, stupid. If the Elder finds us here, we're done for.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here. Everyone in the village knows about the ghost.
You really believe that old fib? The grown-ups just say there's a ghost to scare us away. But I did hear Grandma say she saw something shiny by the falls when she was little.
Maybe it's treasure. Let's go find it.
Treasure's good.
Help! I'm gonna fall!
What is with this guy?
Yeah. The worst friends in the world.
Oh, they've done a good job on the water. I like that.
Wait for this. Top right-hand corner.
Oh, whoa!
Look at the map.
Ouch.
That is old school.
That is
There's
stunning.
no way back up. Now what am I gonna do?
Oh, man. So, have you played a bit of this before, Holly?
Yeah.
And we're just going to run around listening to this cool music play.
Yeah, so obviously soundtrack. All Secret of Mana fans are going to be straight back at home.
Listen.
Huh?
So that glowing treasure they were talking about by the waterfall.
That could very well be it.
The village is this way, but I'll never get through here without a weapon.
I think we're going to need to pick up that sword.
I think I know what we're going to do, Rob.
It looks like the kind of sword that only the Chosen One would be able to pull out.
Funny that it's the glow, isn't it?
That's a mysterious, disembodied voice there.
I mean, very mysterious.
And what's a sword doing here?
Oh, he's got it.
Too bright! What's with this light?
I think he's about to find out that he is the Chosen One.
I've got a funny feeling.
Listen. I entrust this.
this is actually a live action game. This is the game. No graphics, just situations, good looking women, confident, good looking man, and yeah, it's just titillation. My god, it looks dull, isn't it? Do you really have to buy a game t-shirt to be a suave, sophisticated lover? I've got it naturally, so I don't need to buy the game. I reckon you should admit to yourselves that you don't understand either. I'd definitely avoid it.
And
yeah,
it's really bad karma.
What a joke of a game. Sony's quality control at work.
Hi everyone, we are reading all your comments here and I know you'd like to see some more pure gameplay, and that's why I'm here today. Bear in mind, this is a very early version of the game, so it's still missing tons and tons of content. We've got a lot of time until the release, so no worries, we are working really hard to make it the best game possible. And this is Symmetry. What you see here is the abandoned planet our research spaceship crashed on. It's day 1 now, as you can see here in the lower right corner of the screen. You can make the game run faster here, or pause it. You can also take a look around. The planet is completely abandoned and extremely cold. Here is the spaceship you need to repair in order to get back home. And there's gonna be a lot more here in the full version, of course. You can also zoom in. As you can see, all our crew members have a bunch of statistics. This one is currently working on getting some wood to make it nice and warm inside the base. And here is the base itself. It's just a few rooms right now, but it's gonna be much bigger in the full version. That's the fridge, and that's our botanist, who's working on making the food. Let's tell her to rest for some hours, unpause the game, and see what happens. So, she's resting now, and you can see she's getting less hungry and more relaxed. There are only 2 people in the game right now, but of course there's gonna be more in the full version, so managing their time is gonna be a real challenge. You'll always start with 3 crew members, and you will get more during the course of the game. They will be randomly picked all the time, so you will have to adjust your strategy. Apart from the members of your team, you will also have to take care of the base itself. If you are running out of fuel, you can turn off some of the heaters, for example. And if you're running out of food, you can, well, yeah, I did what you think I did. Of course you won't have to do the same, but this is a desolated, extremely cold planet, and sometimes you will have to do everything you need to survive. Guys, this is a pre-alpha version, so again, a lot of content is still missing. It's more like a prototype now, but it's growing and growing every day. It's gonna have a rich story, so you will find out what happens to all the people who lived on this cold, cold planet. And you will also discover a mysterious, symmetrical world which will affect the members of your team, but we'll talk about it more in the future. So I hope you like what you've just seen. This is Symmetry, and thanks for watching.
I told you to mind your own business, boy!
If you miss, you're a dead man, sir.
My friends, I would like to thank Lord Mortimer for bringing us all together here.
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing.
You need to know the truth about your mother.
Monsieur de Richet, delighted to welcome you among us, sir. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Nothing will remain of your body.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the organizations for which we work.
You know, Louis, I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into.
Do you have any idea what could happen if an AI became unbound?
家庭用ならではの要素を満喫しよう。ピュアラノベナイズ 2D バーサスアクション家庭用アンダーナイトインバースエクセレイトエスト2017年7月20日発売。